About 5 years. So 5 years we attempted.
Mm-hmm.
When we met, Steve was still in residency. And then as soon as he finished residency, we tried for 5 years, never thinking, we'd have trouble and being married to an OB-GYN. And, we bought an old Victorian house and it was empty for 5 years. And then we just, just kind of prayed and prayed about it. And then on a fluke thing, we were able to adopt Tori, our oldest. And we're sure that was probably going to be our only child, so she was worshipped and, our only child for 10 months. We kind of were already in our 5th IVF cycle. Found out a miracle that Tori was coming into our lives, and then 8 weeks later was when we discovered we were carrying 3. And
we had positive pregnancy tests before that, and we got this one, and Traci came into the office. Well, let's just, I had the ultrasound scanner in my office, so I said, let's just take a quick peek. And I looked at the screen and I had to call my dad, who I worked with at the time. I said, Dad, come on in here. I think I see something.
Just the initial one, but we felt bad. So when we went to the actual doctor who did the implantation, we didn't want to say we did it. So it was weird. We were holding Tori, and the nurses took Tori, and then we laid down, and they're like, "Wow," and I'm like, "What?" Because I was trying, and they're like, "We think we see 3 sacs." I'm like, "You're kidding me?" And they're like, "Why aren't you passed out on the ground?" And then I was like, "Well, Steve already looked really quick."
But it is different being on the other end of things. I mean, I don't know how many deliveries I've done through the years, and all of a sudden when it's your wife, and she's gonna go in for a C-section and be delivering these 3 kids. It's different. So I was there with a camera watching the whole thing, and we videotaped it. Cameron came out, my son first, and then the 2 girls, Abby and Juliana, and they were all thankfully okay, which we were very relieved about.
There's definitely a little kid still in him, always playing with us, doing what we love, like practicing softball when I used to play softball when I was little, or soccer, whatever sport I played for the time.
The best part of being a dad, that's a very good question. I think the best part about being a dad is that it gives your life purpose. I think there's always people that depend on you, and eventually probably that I'm going to depend on as they get older.
We both have amazing dads ourselves. Mm-hmm. So Steve himself has always wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps, not only in his career, but in the way he raised his kids. And his dad still, to this day, is very much like Steve. They're like 2 peas in the pod.
What's your advice for new dads?
I think you just do the best you can. And I know that sounds pretty trivial, but there's no manual about being a good dad. I was fortunate enough. My father, was a great dad and still is a good dad. And I look up to him and think of the world of him. And
he's at the house unpacking as we speak.
Exactly. But I think you have good days and bad days, and you try, to treat them all the same way and unique too, because each one of them has different needs. But I think if you love them with your whole heart and do the best you can, and I think it's one of the toughest, best jobs you ever have.